Hello and welcome to ForAllPrep. So this is the third video in the VARC starter series. So as discussed in the VARC, that strategy part, we will be covering around 65 articles or this news clippings, opinion features for around 2 months from now, because like you see that reading is one of the most crucial aspect in VARC, because you have to read a lot, and in 40 minutes what you have to do is you have to read and you have to comprehend. Read, then comprehend, and then answer. Read, comprehend, then answer. Okay, so you can say that there are three major aspects. तो तीन एस्पेक्ट कौन से हैं देखते हैं एक बार. तो फर्स्ट वन इज our attention span. Okay, second one is our reading ability, and next one is our comprehension ability. So attention ability is like if we are reading this line, does our attention go to some other line? If we are reading, suppose this line, you can say we are reading like this line. So does our attention go to some other line, or we able to concentrate on this line only? So this is the attention span. And the reading ability, like how fast can we read, because the time duration is shorter in the VRC section. We have only 40 minutes. We have to do 4 RCs and do 8 VA questions. So how well we can read and how fast we can read, and apart from this, how well we can comprehend. So basically, if you master these three things, these three abilities, like you have a good attention span, you have a good reading ability, and you can comprehend fast. But whatever you read, you will be doing very great in the VRC section. So let's start. So this is a newspaper clipping from a Hindustan Times newspaper. So we have picked this because I thought this article would be good for you, and it also relates to the current situation of air pollution, severe air drop in the air quality index in Delhi region. So let's begin. So this is basically the third video in the series of starter series. So we will be posting articles from multiple newspapers. The main newspapers would be the Hindustan Times, the Guardian, the Wall Street Journal, the Mint, the Hindu, all these newspapers. And apart from these, we will be posting articles from the Aeon, the Smithsonian, Science Direct, Nature, Psychology, Sociology, on these topics only. So what you can do is you can go and watch the video where I have discussed the VRC strategy now, titled by the name of How to Score 99.5 plus percentile in VRC section. Okay, so let's begin this article. And whenever there is some word which you don't understand, or we are able to, like, it's not in our daily language, daily use word, we will try to write the meaning here. Okay, let me rub this part. I will first zoom in. So the title says air in Delhi near severe again as wind drops, thickening haze. Okay, so there is a cloudy thing in the air. We can understand this from this sentence. Okay, so in New Delhi, a dense blanket of haze settled over the capital on Tuesday. So what we have to do is up, up, comma, we have to read it in a one go, so as our mind registers this as a single sentence. Then again, trapping pollutants close to the surface as wind speeds dropped sharply, sending Delhi's air quality index hurtling from the low end of the very poor category to upper fringe. Okay, so the article is saying we were around here, okay, on the poor region, but we went to some like very poor or severe, okay, this region. Then it says, then it says, according to the Central Pollution Control Board, CPCB's 24-hour average bulletin, the AQI rose from 304 on Monday to 372 at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. So it is basically deteriorating because we can see in the AQI chart that 0 to 50 is good, 51 to 100 is satisfactory, 101 to 200 is moderate, and very poor is 301 to 300, 400 range. So it rose from 304 on Monday to on the same day it rose to 372. So by 10 p.m. it had climbed to 392, hovering just shy of the severe mark. Hovering just shy of severe mark means like it is very less far away from the severe zone, which is 401 to 500 region. So we can understand this from this paragraph. Then next paragraph. The forecast agencies, however, signaled a potential short-term reprieve. So we can say there is a word by the name reprieve. So what is it mean? So you can say the reprieve. You can write here, okay, reprieve, and also you have to create a separate copy, and in which you have to write daily words, whatever you encounter, which are hard to comprehend, and try to remember their meaning by looking and going to them, revising them multiple times. So reprieve means like cancellation or postponement of something, postponement, like meant delaying of. So we can go back and see. Uh, okay, so we were here. Forecast agencies, however, signaled short-term reprieve. Okay, so they are saying that you won't see any benefit or lowering in the AQI in the short term, and this we were reading here. Wind speeds are expected to strengthen on Wednesday, likely dispersing at least part of the rapidly accumulating pollution load. Okay, then next para. Delhi's air quality is likely to be in the very poor category from Delhi December 3 till December 5. So very poor category. Okay, so the outlook for the subsequent 6 days from December 6 onwards also shows AQI stay in very poor, said the Central Air Quality Early Warning System on for Delhi on Tuesday. Okay, then what does it say? So it says CBCP data from 59 active ambient air quality stations across the city at 4 p.m. showed that 14 of them were in the severe range, while 24 others in the very poor range. So we have some stations, air quality monitoring stations in Delhi. So there are 39 in total, and 14 of them were showing the AQI was in severe range. Severe was in like 401 and above, and other 24 of them were in the very poor range. So very poor range lies between 301 to 400. Okay, so this we can understand from this paragraph. So the worst air quality AQI was 458 at Chandni Chowk, followed by 436 at Nehru Nagar and 433 at Vivek Vihar. Okay, so Mahesh Pahlawat, a vice president at SkyMet, a private weather forecaster, said winds become calm in the early hours of the day and did not go beyond 7 km per hour even post noon. Wind speed had dropped, leading to a stagnation as pollutants began to accumulate in the air. Okay, proper relief is only expected from 5 December when strong winds will blow from the north, also leading to a dip in mercury acid. So, what does this paragraph mean? It means this paragraph we are talking about. So, this means that there are pollutants in the air. Okay, there are pollutants in the air, and with the pollutants in air, what we are saying is, so since the wind is not blowing at a rapid pace, a fast pace, so the pollutants are getting like accumulated. Pollutants are getting accumulated in the pollutants are getting accumulated. So since the pollutants are getting accumulated, the AQI here there will rise. Also, since from December 5 onwards, we are expecting the strong winds to blow, so this will lead to drop in reduction in well, better air quality or drop in AQI index. Okay, so next paragraph. The CBCP classifies air as good when AQI is 50. We have already seen the chart, so we will go through this paragraph very quickly. Where AQI is 50 or lower, satisfactory between 51 and 100, moderate between 101 and 200, poor between 201 and 300, very poor between 301 and 400, and severe when it exceeds 400. The deterioration comes soon after a brief respite on Sunday. So there is a word with respite. So what does it mean? So respite. So we can write respite means a short-term relief or short period of relief, rest break, but it's short-term, short-term break or relief from something. So it means that the deterioration comes soon after a brief respite on Sunday. So air quality AQI becomes better on Sunday, but for a very shortened period of time, we can say. Okay, next. So next we are saying that when the AQI fell below 300, snapping a 24-day streak of very poor air between number 6 and number 29, 3 days in this period November 11 to 31, 13 also logged severe air. So this is basically data we are having like from November 6 to 29 the air quality AQI was very poor, and 3 days in this period we can write like 11 to 30, 13 also logged very severe category. So next paragraph, the deteriorating air quality is also impacting outdoor activities in the city. The Bank of India, New Delhi half marathon scheduled for December 14 was postponed, citing poor air quality in the city. Sometimes the bravest step forward is a pause. With AQI level rising to unsafe highs, we have made the difficult decisions to postpone the December 14 New Delhi's half marathon. The organizers said. So reprieve from the chill. So reprieve we have already mentioned means cancellation or postponement. So reprieve from the chill. Okay, we all basically say that in winters are very good. We like winters, but so we are not able to chill because of the drop rise in the AQI. Okay, so the deterioration in the air quality coincided with the spike in the minimum temperature as the Delhi clocked a normal minimum of 9.6 Delhi centigrade Celsius, up from a season low of 5.7 recorded on Monday, which was 5 degrees below normal. Okay, so this was the lowest minimum temperature recorded in the first week of December in the at least 14 years, according to the records starting available 2011 available on the Indian Meteorological Department IMD website. So it says that if we check record of the last previous 14 years, that is from 2011 to 2025, we will see a season low of 5.7, but the normal minimum temperature now is 9.6 degrees centigrade. Okay, So next paragraph, although IMD initially issued an alert for possible cold wave conditions in isolated pockets of the city from December 2 to 5, officials said the alert is now only in place for December 5. Okay. The wind action changed and was westerly to the southwest predominantly on Tuesday as compared to icy cold northwestern winds earlier, and IMD officials said stating northwesterly winds would return from Wednesday and mercury would dip again. It may dip between 5 to 7 by December 5 again, the officials said. IMD classified cold wave when the minimum temperature is below 10. So here we have the classification. IMD classifies a cold wave when the minimum temperature is below 10, and its departure is also 4.5 degrees Celsius or lower from normal. At least two stations in the city need to meet this criteria on the two consecutive days to classify the wave as cold wave. So this we can comprehend from this last paragraph. So this basically concludes our discussion on this news clip. But just to uh, talk about why we are doing these clippings. So as mentioned, reading is the most important aspect in VRC section. Uh, so I during my CAT preparation also did the same. So you just try to read a single a newspaper, do some articles from multiple sources which are not like you will get the perspective of multiple authors, what they are thinking, how they are writing, and how am I able to comprehend it. Okay, so start reading from day one. Start reading from day one and do it around like 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months. And once you are able to do this, you will have a very good attention span. Okay, attention span, and you have a very good comprehension and reading ability. And after that, only jump to the RC part. RC part, because people jump to RC part and score -4, do all questions wrong, and they basically get demotivated that I will not be able to comprehend the RC, and it's not for me. Let's focus on cons and VRC, cons and DLR. So this does not happen because VRC is the first section, and it has up till highest questions like 24 questions in the VRC section, and DLR has 20 and cons has 22. So VRC is for us the most important section. So what we will do is we will try to read as much as possible from 2 to 3 months. It's not possible for us to cover all the articles, but we will time as the time passes, we will take articles of like which are harder for you to comprehend. But since it's the only third video in the VRC starter series, so we will what we will do is starter series starter 3, we will try to basically do articles which are easy to comprehend, and then as time progresses we will do articles of uh, varying difficulty or higher difficulty, and from the topics that you have not read up till up until. So that is all from my side. So thank you for watching, and like and subscribe our channel, share it with your friends. So we will meet tomorrow with a new article, okay, on a different topic from new newspaper. Thank you again.